All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about a little bit more stuff now that we're coming down to the end. You know, I was thinking about the timeline. I went over this one time before, but once Glencore Estrada bought us and they put in Tommy Boy Russell, knucklehead, peanut brain, retarded Tommy Boy Russell. Well, that was the beginning of the end. Of course, Glencore Estrada buying us was the beginning of the end. But you think about it for a minute. When he downsized the plant and got rid of all the workers, the goal was to get as few amount of hourly guys in there and as many salary guys as possible. And this total peanut brain moron, Tommy Boy Russell, you're such a freaking moron. He actually thought they'd get enough salary guys in there to learn how to run the plant. And then if worse came to worse, they could do it without us. And that if he got the hourly guy workforce down low enough, they might even be able to break us, and we would vote for their bullshit piece of shit fucked up contract. Well, that didn't work. Then he had to fall on plan B if we didn't take his shit contract, and he had to try and run the plant without us. Well, think about the millions and millions of dollars they spent bringing in workforce, bringing in security guards, putting those guys up in hotels, bringing in portable housing. The list goes on and on and on. The phenomenal amount of money they pissed away. So now with all that pissed away money, all that waste, he still could not run the plant without us. And then the economy took a turn for the worst in the alumina industry. So now, if it wasn't for bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all. Now they're trying to run the plant with people that don't know what the hell they're doing. We're locked out hoping that they're going to take us back. And they will not eat their pride and come to us and ask us to help them and offer us something. No, they continue to think they can do it by themselves. So this goes on for a while till they go so far into debt. They claim they were $94 million into debt. And that was debt to themselves. Them sorry, slick bastards turned around and said they owed themselves $95 million. They didn't even mention all the money they owed all the vendors in Corpus Christi, and they owed the union. There's another $100 million there that they owed. They were $200 million in debt. So now they went $200 million in debt, and they still would not consider giving us anything to come back in and run that plant. So this was really the ultimate plan in the first place. The turning of the economy put a little twist in their plan. They were hoping to get us to get back in there and work for some dirt wages and be basically glorified contractors, really. That's all we were going to end up being, was just contractors, really. So when you get right down to it, whether they locked us out or not, Glencore Estrada was more than likely going to end up shutting this plant down when the economy took a shit. When the cost of alumina tanked, even if we were in there, they would have still ultimately shut this plant down. They are such a huge corporation, it's hard to even wrap your head around all the ways that they determine what's profitable and not. But don't for 1 second, don't even for a second, believe that we made a mistake by not taking their bullshit contract. Because trust me, when the economy went to shit and Alcoa and all these other guys were shutting down their plants, you think Glencore was going to keep theirs open? Hell no, they weren't. They would have had us in there, and they would have not locked us out, but they would have laid us off just like everybody else, little by little, down to nobody, and then shut the plant down. The only difference would have been we would have made a little bit more money for a little while. We would have made them shit wages. They would have been able to work us like dogs and not pay us that much. We would have been overtime after 40 only. Believe me, it was going to be bad. So what I'm trying to say in this post is that whether we got locked out or not, Glencore Estrada was going to screw the shit out of everybody. Because remember, all we are to those big corporations is a number on a spreadsheet. And if that's it, they don't give a shit about us. Whether we took that crappy contract or not, doesn't make any difference. This ultimate outcome of this plant shutting down was going to be shut down. They're going to end up letting this place go. So anyways, I just thought I wanted to throw that out there. And the main point I guess I wanted to make was that, Tommy boy, you are such a freaking idiot to have thought that to have told Glencore Estrada that you could pull this off. To have told Glencore Estrada that you could pull this off and you could run that plant without us. In my last post, or second to the last post, I said that I hope they gave you a big severance check. Well, I didn't mean to say it that way. I meant to say I hope they didn't give you shit, and I hope they're hanging you out to dry for screwing them over so bad, for telling them you could do something that there was no way in hell you could do. Your ego was so big, and you're such a frickin' moron, such a total, complete frickin' moron, that you thought you could really pull this off and run this plant without us. Man, there's nothing left to say about you. Nothing. But I hope in the end Glencore Estrada screws the shit out of you just like you screwed the shit out of us. Because, buddy, what goes around comes around. And if you don't get it in this life, you will definitely get it when you meet your maker. Because when you meet your maker, boy, I believe some people told me that you were a religious man. And when you meet your maker, I don't know how in the hell you're going to explain to him how you screwed so many people throughout your life so that you could get richer. That's what it did. You screwed other people to benefit yourself and did not care who you hurt or how bad you hurt them, as long as you got more money in your pocket. So anyways, like I said a few minutes ago, I'm going to let this post go. I pray to God, Tommy boy, that company does to you what they did to us and screws the shit right out of you. All right, I wanted to throw that post out there. Talk to y'all later. Hey, if anybody knows what day we are in the lockout, send me a text message or message me on Facebook. I lost track. I would like to get back on track, though. All right, till my next post, y'all take care.